Hey guys, Disclosure Artist here. Just wanted to discuss another thing that happened to me while I was driving. I saw a portal open up in the middle of the day in a bright blue, clear sky. So, basically, I was driving, I was sitting in bumper to bumper traffic. I had two passengers in the back seat. They were both um, elderly women speaking a foreign language very aggressively back and forth. This is a noteworthy feature of this occurrence. For some reason, they were talking so aggressively that neither one of them could take a single second of breath between the other sentence. I've never seen anybody converse this aggressively before in my life. And they weren't having a shouting match, they were just talking so intensely back and forth. Of course, I couldn't understand a word they were saying, and I also couldn't move a single inch. So I kind of was just sitting lackadaisically in the front seat, almost in a rolling my eyes type of mood, when all of a sudden, at this angle, coming out the windshield, to the left, about 100 yards ahead, directly above a telephone pole, I see what appears to be the brightest light I think the human eye could handle. If you've ever looked at the ocean and seen the sun reflecting off of it, it was basically like that. It was just mirror reflecting light. Um, it started out as just a pinprick of light, which eventually grew into, based on the height of the telephone pole, I want to say a 10 to 15 foot tall oval opening of just reflective white light. It was jagged, it wasn't perfectly symmetrical, and the outside of it had a bit of a smoky outline. It looked like a black, very, very thin black smoky outline to it. And at first I thought, okay, one of the transformers exploded above the power line. There's going to be, flames and smoke eventually. Of course, none of this happened, and it wasn't until I thought about it after the fact that I was able to recall seeing three silver pearl-like objects come through and then totally vanish into thin air. Now, I observed this phenomenon for about 10 seconds, and again, expecting it to be a natural occurrence, I thought that when it all just completely phased out and disappeared before my eyes, that, when there's a fire and there's heat related, the smoke usually goes up before it dissipates, but it all just completely dematerialized right before my eyes. And it was absolutely astonishing. My jaw was wide open. I ended up driving, as traffic finally permitted, directly up to the spot that I observed this, and I looked directly up, and there was nothing. So nothing that our world can explain had happened, but I went straight home and I explained to my partner what had happened with more enthusiasm than anything I've ever discussed in my life, because this was like a Hollywood movie special effect happening, but it wasn't. It was reality. And yeah, you guys can cross-reference and corroborate that information to see if anything else in the world sounds familiar. Alright, until next time, take care, stay well,